Hey guys, welcome to the Linux Essentials for Hackers course. In this video, we're going to get started with taking a look at the various keyboard shortcuts that will help you navigate around the system much easier and to work with the terminal at a much more efficient rate. Alright, so let's get started. Now, I'm currently using Ubuntu. You can be using any other Linux distribution that you want. We're going to be primarily working with the terminal first before we actually delve into desktop environments various other distributions. So we're going to be using Debian, and again Ubuntu is based off Debian, and for our package manager we'll be taking a look at the Aptitude package manager, but as I said, we'll be delving into all of that later on. All right, so with Ubuntu, opening up a terminal with your keyboard is very simple. You have your Control Alt and T key, or you have your Super and T if you're running Debian or any other distribution. So on Ubuntu it's Control Alt and T, or your Super and T, and you can customize your keyboard shortcuts however you want. All right, so let me just minimize this now. The other interesting thing that you can do, or very helpful thing that you can do when working with various windows, it doesn't have to be a terminal window, is you can perform tiling, and that is by using the Super key and your arrow keys to direct the location of the windows, and you can tile them appropriately, right? So as you can see, I've used the Super and Up key, and that maximizes it, and of course I can take it to the left or I can take it to the right, and I can leave it where it was previously, right? So let me just expand it. Now let me talk about font size, right? So font size is very easy to change and to actually increase and reduce. So if I wanted to increase my font size, I would use the Control Shift and the plus key on my keyboard, and that would increase the font size, right? I can then minimize it by using the Control and the minus key on my keyboard, and that will reduce the font size. So again, increasing it is Control Shift and the plus key, and reducing the font size is Control and the minus key on your keyboard, right? So that is how to increase and reduce your font size. Now let's talk about actually clearing your screen, which is very, very simple. So I'll just use a generic command here. You don't have to worry about what that command is. So if I wanted to clear my terminal, I would simply say clear, and that will get rid of all the content that was currently on the terminal. However, I can also use a keyboard shortcut. So again, if I just list the same command here, I can use the Control and L key, and that will clear the terminal for me without me having to type the clear command. All right, so let's talk about some other keyboard shortcuts that you should be aware of, right? So if we are working with a particular process, so for example, I can say nmap. I can run a quick nmap scan here, and I can just say sv 192.168.1.1, and we can hit enter. I can use the Control C key to actually end the currently running process, and it will return you back to your your shell. In this case, we're using the bash shell. So if I want to end a process that's currently running, like the one I was running, which was nmap, I use the Control and C keyboard shortcut, right? Now, if I wanted to suspend or to pause this, or to pause a particular task or a process, I can use the Control and Z key, right? So if I was running nmap sv, the same key or the same command, I can type that out. However, here are other useful keyboard shortcuts that you can use. So I can cycle through my previously used commands by using the up arrow key, and that will again cycle through all my previously used commands. So again, I can just go to this previous command and hit enter, and then I can use Control and Z to actually pause and suspend that process in memory. And remember, it hasn't stopped it, we have just suspended it. All right, now let's talk about tab. Let's talk about the tab key and auto completion, right? So we can use the tab key to autocomplete file and directory names. So let me just clear this out, and I can use the Control and L key. So if I go to my I can actually work from my home directory, but let's say I wanted to cat a particular file. So let me just list all the files in here. So let's say I wanted to cat my let's say I wanted to cat my password file. So again, I can say cat etc, and I can say password, right? Now if I wanted to autocomplete this, I could use the tab key And again, if I use it 2 times, it will give me the various suggestions here. So a single tab will autocomplete it if it has an accurate idea of the particular file or directory you're referring to. So again, if I give it a bit more information in regards to the file or directory I was looking for, I would simply just hit tab and it gives me the file there. However, I can hit double tab and that again gives me the files that are related to the particular data that I've entered here. So again, if I reduced it just to a P and I hit tab twice, it will give us the recommendations as to in reference to the particular files that begin with the word P. And again, if I can increase that probability or the specification of the file I'm looking for by increasing the amount of letters. So again, I can tap it twice and now you can see the results are more fine-tuned. So again, I can use tab to auto-complete it to password, and I can hit enter and that displays the contents of the password file. So that is how to use the tab key, and those are the various commands that or keyboard shortcuts that you can use while working in the terminal, and hopefully those will make your life a whole lot easier. So again, Control and L, that clears everything for me. Now let's talk about how to close your terminal. So again, closing your terminal is very simple. You can use the Control Shift and W key. So again, I can say Control Shift and W here, right over here, and that works pretty universally among all distributions. So again, Control Alt T, that opens up your terminal, increasing the font size, Control Shift and the plus key, and so on and so forth. And you can tile your terminal or any window in your system by using the super key and your arrow keys or your directional keys here. Alright, so those are all the basic keyboard shortcuts that I wanted to start off with. I'll be referencing others throughout the series. Let me know which ones I missed, and I'll be seeing you in the next video in this series.